he was such a skilled driver that he could, by just driving the car, he could tell you what to set up in the car. And that's what I want to try and learn and develop myself to know, like, okay, if I do this and that, or if I drive this car, I can know what to do to make it better. So that's my hero. I mean, Kei Tsuchiya was the guy. Yeah, Motoring Middle East for me was I would say, my first car show. It was done by two guys. One was Shazad, and the other guy was Imtisan. These guys arranged it for us here and down at Festival City, just across the road from you, close to the Crown Plaza, I think it was. That was very nice. That was very well organized. It was nice cars, all different kinds of cars, from Japanese old school JDMs to S2000s to the Kamau Club, to some lowriders. Everything that was there. That was very nice, and it was a nice gathering, man. They did a few of them. They did another one down in downtown, if you remember back in the day. I remember that. I was there too. And then you had the what was it, Golf Car Festival down in Festival City. There was that, and then also you had the famous one in Abu Dhabi, Custom Car Show. Yeah, that's it, the Custom Show in Abu Dhabi. That was pretty big. That was the biggest one I've ever been to. You could say it was kind of heading towards like a SEMA kind of a thing. That was wild. That was nice. I felt a little bit, but again, it was just too far, all the way in Abu Dhabi and stuff and all that. That's the whole car show thing. I was never into the whole car show thing, but I like to go and watch. It's always good to see and get some ideas and inspirations of things that you might want to do. But I'm a more track-oriented guy, so my show is on the track. That's me personally. Back to the 24-hour races that we had. I was very fortunate to actually meet, you could say, one of my heroes in the racing scene. One of them was known as Junichi Umimoto, the owner and CEO and founder of Jay's Racing. So when I was with Lab 57, they actually told us that he's coming to join our team to race with us in the 24-hour, because they actually met him in Nuremberg, because they used to go do the 24-hour there, and they met him a couple of times. And he was like, yeah, I would like to join your team and race for you. So when I heard he was coming, Umair invited me down. He's like, he wants to meet you in person. I was like, what? Get out of here, man. And the most humblest guy I've ever met. Oh my God, the guy met me, he shook my hand and everything. He gave me a gift from Jay's Racing. I have a t-shirt, I had an envelope signed by him and stuff, and some stickers and everything. That was amazing. And then also I brought my friend Kamui as well, introduced him as well and stuff like that. And he came actually very helpful, because he was Japanese speaking, of course, and actually it helped us with Junichi translate. So it was, kind of a meant to be situation, That was crazy. And also during the 24-hour when we had Junichi, there was one time we actually had Orido. We had Orido, and we had also Nobutashi, I think what his name is. I can't pronounce his name very well. But he was also there as well. They were racing for a Lamborghini team or something from Japan and stuff. So it's crazy, man, meeting these guys. But the best of them all was we met Kei Tsuchiya in person in in Fujairah, where we had the Federal Drift Championship. And we met him there personally. Man, it's unreal. He is like, that's it. You meet him, that's it. The man, that is my hero, man. If you want to say my hero, it's Kei Tsuchiya, man. That guy's driving techniques, his style, the man who invented drifting, and an inspiration in the Honda scene as well. His techniques, his driving. That's the guy I used to always follow and watch how he raced and what to do, what not to do. And he was such a skilled driver that he could, by just driving the car, he could tell you what to set up in the car. And that's what I want to try and learn and develop myself, to know, like, okay, if I do this and that, or if I drive this car, I can know what to do to make it better. So that's my hero. I mean, Kei Tsuchiya was the guy. Pursuing cars, I mean, I was, as I said, when I was a kid, man, I was playing with toy cars, and you get those floor mats where I had like a road course in it or whatever. I used to go there and make all these weird car sounds when I was a kid. I used to have this little, you know, push cycle car looking thing, and yeah, I was always into it, man. But then when it came to like pursuing the cars, it was actually in 2002. I would say 2002 is like I want to pursue something in cars, but I couldn't find any college here at the time that I wanted to actually learn mechanics, right? Like hands-on mechanics, training and stuff like what you have in the US and stuff, you know. I wanted to try to find something here, but I couldn't find anything here. There was nothing available, you know. And I didn't want to really travel because Dubai is home to me, right? And I didn't want to get that homesick stuff. And I think all my friends are here, blah, blah, all this stuff, you know. So I wanted to always get into cars. So the closest thing I got into was aircraft engineering. But then when I did it, I got back. I was like, man, I need to do something that I love, man. I don't want to do something that just because I want to do it, you know. So then that's why I got into working at Tuning at the time for 2 years, modifying cars for a living. And when I got into that, I was like, man, I want to do this if I can. But at the end of the day, you got to think of money, you know, at the end of the day, because you gotta survive. So if it doesn't make it, you know, you gotta think of that. But eventually down the line, it came to that. Then I got into the used car show, buying and selling cars, doing that for 8 years, and then also working in the body shop, doing detailing, painting, all the cosmetic stuff and all that. And I was fortunate enough to work with really cool cars, man. Like what you got a 34 outside. I have worked on maybe 6 of them at my old shop. I had a great pleasure working on them, man. Top secret, Nismos, worked on several R32s, some of them from Denver Car Culture as well. I worked on them in the new shop recently. Datsuns, Evos, Subarus, you name it, man. I've done a lot of them. So because of being in the scene and everybody knows what I do, I'm fortunate enough and I'm blessed that I have all these people that, you know, support me and, you know that I'm there, and they still, even when I was not working for a while, they would know that, okay, yo, Adnan, can you help us out? And I would still help them out, you know. So it's very fortunate, you know. Okay, the people in the car community. Now, there are some groups are, you know, pretty weird, I would say. But there's a lot of them that are pretty nice, man. I'm in quite a lot of car groups, you know, like being in this field of automotive that I'm in. I have to be in these car groups because then, you know, we kind of like, you know, always, if somebody has a question or something, we always know an answer or offer our service or something like that, you know. But yeah, you do get this kind of a thing where it's like, for me, car clubs are supposed to be a group where you help each other. And you can't be really super biased about every other car club, you know. Every car club has its own thing, right? You know, yeah, they might be doing some funky stuff, more cosmetic-wise or whatever, but again, you got to understand in the car scene, everybody has their own taste in cars, their own style of racing, drifting, stance, whatever. But if you're a car guy, man, you will like everything. You know, you like overall everything. Yes, it might not be your cup of tea when you wake up in the morning, but you appreciate, man, there's art to everything, you know. Especially the stance thing coming up quite a bit here nowadays. I don't get it for me. Like, it's a bit like, you know, super negative camera, whatever, rims inside, whatever. But they look cool, man. They look cool. And it's art, man, because it's like getting the perfect fit, man, getting the right camber, you know, getting the right fenders for it, the tubs for the wheels and all that. It's crazy. And I've worked on a few of them in my shop recently, you know. And my bosses are quite into all that stuff, you know. And the lowriders and all that stuff, you know. So it's cool. It's interesting. Like the amount of art and idea and all that going into it is quite crazy, you know. Then you have the Jeep guys, you have the Mopar guys, the Ford guys. Now the Ford guys here, I don't get, because there's like 3-4 different Ford Mustang groups, man. Like, you're supposed to be one family, man. You're not supposed to be like, oh no, because I don't like this guy and this and that. Like, come on, man. Like, we're all a family. We all like the same thing, you know. You're all supposed to be one happy family and just help each other, man, because at the end of the day, that's what we all need to be. And we also have to help others, you know. That's the whole point. We have to show the country that car clubs are not just about doing all illegal things and whatnot and racing and blah blah. It's about spreading, awareness and safety and all that, and just being like a nice big happy family. So that's what I feel a car club should be. And I'm fortunate to be in some of them which are like that, but there's some that I don't get sometimes. But again, I don't want to judge. I don't want to judge. You guys got your own things to do, and that's it.